exciting nights in country music, and certainly here at the Grand Ole Opry. It is always exciting when we get to introduce a new member of our family. And this was especially a great one. This is one of the best known, best loved groups in all of entertainment. And they've been around the Opry so much, it's sometimes hard to believe that they were not a part of our family. But tonight, we're fixing all of that. I could stand out here and tell you what all they've done, but I'd just rather they came out here and showed you some of the most phenomenal people you have ever known. Duane Allen, Richard Sterban, Joe Bonsall, William Lee Golden. Would you please welcome the newest members of the Grand Ole Opry, the Oak Ridge Boys.
We've been a nervous wreck all day. I'm not afraid to tell you. So we thought if we just came out and sang our most rockin'est song, that would be a good thing. So for our second song, let us continue on with familiarity. Tell you one thing we all had in common 30 years ago, 1981 was the year. Now some of you I can see were not there. But I'm just guessing that most of you were there. So 30 years ago, we were all 30 years younger, and we were all singing Elvira. Everybody say it. Elvira. Sounds good already. Elvira. My heart's on fire for Elvira. When I said look like heaven, you part. Very good. That girl can sure enough make my little light shine. I get a funny feeling up and down my spine, 'cause I know that my Elvira's mine. I'm saying Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up,
Papa, papa, mama,
giddy up,
papa, papa, mama.
high on silver highway. Tonight I'm gonna meet her at the Hungry House Cafe. I'm gonna give her all the love I can. Yes, I am. She's gonna jump and holler. I've saved up my last $2. But we're gonna search and find that preacher man. Come on! Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up,
Papa, papa, mama,
giddy up,
papa, papa, mama.
high on silver highway. Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up,
Papa, papa, mama,
giddy up, high on silver highway. One more time. Elvira, Elvira, my heart's on fire for Elvira. Giddy up,
papa, papa, mama,
giddy up,
papa, papa, mama.
high on silver highway. Sing it now. High on silver highway. Elvira.
Just 1 second. We have a special presentation to make for the Oak Ridge Boys tonight, and I need your help here. Would you please welcome to the stage our Vice President and General Manager of the Grand Ole Opry, Mr. Pete Fisher.
Thanks, Stevie. Thank you all and for being here tonight. What a special night it is. And I'd like to bring out a gentleman who really exemplifies Grand Ole Opry membership for this special moment. He has been an Opry member since 1948, and he's made some big splashes in entertainment, and he comes at the size of 4'8". So let's bring out little Jimmy Dickens, huh? Boom boppa bow wow. Well, that's not far from the truth. Just a few weeks ago, Little Jimmy came out on stage. I think we have a picture of this, but little Jimmy came out on stage to surprise the Oak Ridge Boys, and not only invited them to become members of the Grand Ole Opry. There he is, with his long beard, William Lee Dickens. Right? So not only did Jimmy invite the Oak Ridge Boys to become Opry members, but he also told them on this night he would become the newest member of the Oak Ridge Boys, because he looks the part. So Jimmy, I'm here to ask you, is that still the plan tonight?
No, I've tried the hardest a little fella like me could try. I always wanted to be a little bitty Oak Ridge boy. But when I got to doing that oom boppa mow wow thing, I gave up and I decided one thing other than that I can't wear a long beard.
Oh really? Why not? Why not?
Well, every time, I'm so short, every time I pull my socks up, I blindfold myself.
All right, Jimmy, well, we'll just have to have you here at the Opry and let the Oak Ridge Boys continue on. All right, sound good? So before we do the honors and formally induct the Oak Ridge Boys into the Opry, two very good friends of theirs could not be with us tonight. They wanted to send a special message. Two good friends of the Oak Ridge Boys, but two very special people to our country. So I'd like for you all to watch this.
I wish Barbara and I could be there tonight on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. I cannot think of any group or any person who deserves this honor more. The Oak Ridge Boys are loved and respected not just for their long record of hit records, awards, and sold-out performances, but also for their work to make their community and their country better places to live. The Boys' tireless work for others has included giving time and talent to organizations such as Habitat for Humanity, Boy Scouts of America, and Feed the Children. The Oak Ridge Boys represent the best of America. They donated their time to perform for our military men and women, and their songs such as American Made and Colors remind us all how lucky we are to live in the land of the free. And of course, who can ever forget big hits like Elvira. I think the first time I heard them, and I met them, was when they were warming up on the White House lawn, and I could hear them playing from my office. I was vice president then. I could hear them playing Elvira. I ran outside like a little kid. I've been blessed to call them friend ever since. I think of the Opry and the Oaks both as American icons, beloved from coast to coast and known around the world. I can't think of a better union. I love you, boys. My best to everyone at the Grand Ole Opry, one of my favorite places in America.
This is our Opry Member Award. Every Grand Ole Opry member has one of these. It is a 14-inch bronze replica of the famous Grand Ole Opry mic stand. It's mounted on an oak base. A portion of this base is made from wood from the Ryman Auditorium, the most famous former home of the Opry. And I'd like to say that, you know, over the years, any night when these guys are performing on this stage as guest performers is a great night for the Grand Ole Opry. And the only thing that can top that is for the Oak Ridge Boys to perform on this stage as members of the Grand Ole Opry, and tonight is that night. Jimmy, I'll let you do the honors. Do you have something to add?
Well, it's my pleasure, Mr. Fisher. Thank you very much. And I can't think of a more deserving group of young men, as these young men are so much overdue as members of our Grand Ole Opry. I travel the country and I know the recommendation that these young men get wherever they go. And it's a joy to share the Grand Ole Opry with you fellows. Thank you very much. Appreciate your kindness. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Now I'm going to let Jimmy give each of the Oak Ridge Boys their own Opry Member Award. And guys, the floor is yours. What's going through your mind?
First, I was glad you had 4 of these.
We're raising ticket prices to pay for these 4 awards tonight.
Like I said earlier, we've been nervous all day, and I'll tell you, we've always been a friend of the Opry. We've always believed in the Opry. We've loved and respected every member of this great brotherhood and sisterhood of country music. Time goes by, things happen, and you start to think, well, you know, we just go down there and sing when they ask us to sing, and did not expect this. And to a man, I can honestly say, I know we've been a nervous wreck all day long, because we knew how special this would be. And to see our president say what he said. This is a meaningful night, and is it different tonight than it ever has been when we've come down here to sing? You bet your life it is. It has been different from the time we walked in the back door to see Jan Howard and Jeannie Seeley, little Jimmy, Jim Ed Brown, and everybody come up and hug us and say, welcome to the family. It's different. Thank you.
It's a great honor for me to stand here tonight at the Grand Ole Opry and to be with the Oak Ridge Boys and to be inducted as members of the Grand Ole Opry and to stand on this stage here in the center where Jimmy Dickens stood for all these years. And I remember as a child down in Bruton, Alabama on the farm that I grew up on, hearing the Grand Ole Opry on Saturday nights, and it was the sounds of little Jimmy Dickens, Kitty Wells, and a lot of the great country music singers that would sing on here. But little Jimmy was one of our all-time favorite singers. I loved it when he sang about taking the old cold tater and wait, and may the bird of paradise fly up your nose. So to be here tonight with little Jimmy, it's one of the highlights of my life and our career. So thank you, little Jimmy and the Grand Ole Opry for allowing the Oak Ridge Boys to be partners with the Grand Ole Opry cast.
And I agree with Duane Allen, Jimmy. Coming from you makes this very, very special. So thank you very much, sir. Yes. And I just want to briefly say, I'm a person of few words, so I won't be very long, but I want to say that there's something very, very special about this night to be on this stage where so many great people have walked before us to now be a part of the family. It's just a wonderful feeling. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. Thank you very much.
That leaves me, and I talk really slow. And you'll see why I don't talk much when I get through. It's not going to be long though. Little Jimmy Dickens became a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1948. My wife will probably kill me when I get home and tell her age, but that's the year she was born. Joe too, and my wife is sitting back as a backup singer on the Grand Ole Opry tonight. She's the blonde. In that same year, 1948, on the stage of the Ryman Auditorium in November. I have a picture hanging on my wall on the first night of the all-night singings with the Oak Ridge Quartet at the Ryman, being introduced by Grant Turner and some of the Grand Ole Opry people. My wife was in the audience, a 6-month-old baby in her mother's arms, and her father opened the show for the Oak Ridge Quartet. I am now a member of the Grand Ole Opry, and I have a long history, and the Oak Ridge boys with our Oak Ridge Quartet ties go all the way back to the 40s. Tonight, I am so honored to be standing here, and I'm really surprised I got through this without breaking up.
Let's hear it to the newest members of the Grand Ole Opry, the Oak Ridge Boys.
Thank you, Jimmy. Congratulations, guys. The Oak Ridge Boys, ladies and gentlemen, newest members of the Grand Ole Opry. Well, you know, I've heard it said, and I'm sure you have too, from humble beginnings come great things. Never is this more true than with some of your favorite country musicians. Many of today's country artists got their starts singing in church or at a country fair or maybe the tables they were working. At least that's how Jason Michael Carroll got his start. He was working as a server at Cracker Barrel Old Country Store when he was overheard singing for his tables. And now, after making it in Nashville, he has returned to Cracker Barrel as part of their exclusive music collection. His latest is called Numbers. You'll find 11 new tracks, plus the hit Alyssa Lies. So stop by Cracker Barrel today and get this exciting new album for your collection. Remember, you can get it only at the Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. It's half restaurant, half store. It's all country. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jeannie Seely.
Thank you so very much, Mike. And now to close out this very special night here at the Grand Ole Opry, let us say thank you to all of you for being here, and it's only the proper thing to do. Let's close this night out with the newest members of the Grand Ole Opry, the Oak Ridge Boys.
If I may say something for just a second, please, Jeannie, thank you so very much. There's a young man out there somewhere that just got in from Afghanistan. We welcome you, son. We welcome you here. Thank you for your service.
A couple of good friends backstage.
The special operations that are here tonight for this, to come see the Oak Ridge Boys become members of the Opry. And you know, man, there's a lot of people making big sacrifices so we can do this kind of thing, y'all. We need to remember them and not forget them. We give God the honor and the praise and the glory for everything we've ever accomplished. We want to honor Him with this old hymn tonight, but as we sing it, just way in the back of our minds, think of those young men. We lost 31 of them today in Afghanistan. Special Ops, Navy SEALs. Think of their families. Think about how fortunate and blessed we all are, especially on a magical night like this. And join with us in singing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart. and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed.
Join us in singing the last verse.
When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
God bless you, folks. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Ole Opry stars, the Oak Ridge Boys. This portion of the Grand Ole Opry was brought to you by the good folks at the Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. If you'd like to buy the nearest Cracker Barrel or maybe do a little online shopping, visit crackerbarrel.com anytime. This is the Grand Ole Opry, presented by Humana. Stay tuned for Inside the Opry Circle on the